This is my Knox.
This is my Knox.
And this is my Knox. The Center for Fine Arts is home to all of our performing arts, so dance, theater, music. It has a recital hall. It has 2 theater spaces, one of which is a black box studio theater.
It can be configured to different types of performances depending on what you're trying to do. The studio theater is also the spot for the new plays workshop, where aspiring playwrights can have their works read and performed by fellow students.
Just to get a chance for them to see it on stage and see what a director did with it.
CFA also hosts Knox Repertory Term, or Rep Term. It's an immersion term, which essentially means instead of taking 3 classes, you're doing this one project, collaborating with other students and faculty at Knox.
In 8 weeks, you and about 20 other students will, from the ground up, pull up 2 performances from scratch. I was in repertory theater term my sophomore year. It was an amazing experience, and it was really fun making theater live performances with my friends.
People from all over the community come in to see these productions done, and I don't think that anyone in that audience could tell that it's a student-driven production because they're done so professionally. Students work in all different capacities to make this happen.
I do lighting design, I do sound design, I act, I've written a play, all sorts of things in both faculty-led and student-directed productions. Once every term, we have what's called a main stage show, which is pretty much a faculty-directed show that goes up in our larger theater. That's called Harbach. Normally, the main stage show is on a somewhat bigger scale. We have students that work in our scene shop and in our costume shop as a job. They get paid to do this, to build the set or hang the lights.
The amount of time and work and creativity that students invest into these projects are really impressive.
Our performances are very well connected to the Knox community. CFA also has a handful of dance studios that the dance department and TERP goes into to practice and rehearse for their performances.
TERP is a student-led organization at Knox that does a show each term. TERP is a really involved organization at Knox. You don't have to have any formal training, you don't have to have any experience or be interested in a minor in dance.
TERP is a huge event at the end of every term that brings the community together. People from all over the school, whether they dance or don't, it's a really good experience to show not just your peers, but also people you don't even know.
One thing I really like about TERP is that we do have such a variety of styles of dance. Hip hop, jazz, you can do whatever you want. The students choreograph the dances, and there's all levels, starting from beginner to very advanced. Knox also has Crazy Recital Hall, which is a beautiful space in CFA. Not only are there student performances, but we also invite a number of comedians, musicians, and dancers who perform there. I would come to the performances here, and they were just so amazing, and I was really inspired by the quality of the dances, by how good the choreography was, by the song selection, the editing of the music, the lighting. There's a major and a minor available for both the music and theater department. There's also a dance minor available at Knox, which I think is a really cool program because they have a variety of classes that include different styles of dance.
There are dance residencies that the dance department organizes. Essentially, they invite professional dancers from all across the globe to campus. These residencies aren't necessarily just for super experienced dancers. If you're just starting out, having that special attention from a professional dancer is a really great way to build that foundation. We also have the J Rehearsal Hall, which is a space where the music faculty invite experts and musical artists from all over the country and the world to come and perform and give workshops that are open to the community. And they do that through the Knox Jazz Year. The Knox Jazz Year begins with the Jerome Mirza Jazz Residency, which takes place in the fall. These residencies provide a lot of opportunities that you just simply wouldn't get at any other school. Being able to workshop your original jazz composition, the opportunity to play on stage with a professional musician. The Winter Jazz Series centers on musicians who come from a diverse cultural background. And last but not least, there's the Rutabaga Jazz Festival. The festival not only brings in professional musicians from around the world, but it also brings in Knox alumni who have gone on to do incredible things in the world of music. The J Rehearsal Hall is also used by our choir, which performs all around the world.
The Knox College Choir is the biggest choral group on campus. I've been in the choir since my first year. I've loved every rehearsal of it. My fondest memories in choir come from choir tour, which happens for our spring break at Knox. We also have chamber singers, which is pretty much just more choir. We also have a couple other choral groups on campus, like Enharmonic Fire, Tritones, Solfege are all a cappella groups.
There are so many opportunities in jazz at Knox. If you're interested in performing in a big band setting, there's the Knox Jazz Ensemble. There are a ton of jazz combos. The lead combo at Knox is called the Cherry Street Combo, and they perform at a restaurant in downtown Galesburg every Thursday night. The music department also holds a number of practice rooms. These practice rooms are essentially just a space for you to hone your craft, to be creative and independent. The digital composition and keyboard classroom and lab is a state-of-the-art space where you can work with other students and learning about digital audio production. One of my favorite spaces in CFA is the Knox Electronic Music Studio. Not only does it have state-of-the-art microphones and recording equipment, but it also has software like Analog Lab or Contact necessary to make your sound really come alive. Knox is really unique in that you don't necessarily have to major to have access to these things.
I really like the performing arts programs at Knox. I think they're really accessible, and I think there are a lot of opportunities for people to join, whether it be dance or music or acting.
So many opportunities, so many spaces that can be filled for you to get involved and for you to learn. You don't need to be a theater major or even a theater minor. You can come in from pretty much anywhere and just do something that you love doing. And that's the same with music and, dance.
Knox is an incredibly art-oriented school. Students really care about the stuff that they're creating, and not only do they express themselves, they collaborate in that expression. If you're interested in creating an album, organizing your own dance, or writing a play that will eventually be performed, I guarantee you will find students who are interested in working on that project with you. Knox is the type of school where people support each other. Students who aren't involved with the program will show up and provide you with the community support that you need.